ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। In this session, we'll be discussing from the 22nd verse of the 5th chapter of the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Idam hi pumsas tapasas shrutasya va swishtasya suktasya cha buddhi dattayoho avichyuto arthak kavibhir nirupito yaduttama shloka gunanuvarnanam. The meaning of this verse is, learned circles have positively concluded that the infallible purpose of the advancement of knowledge, namely austerities, study of the Vedas, sacrifice, chanting of hymns and charity, culminates in the transcendental descriptions of the Lord, who is defined in choice poetry. So, this verse, spoken again by Narad Muni to Vyasadeva, describes ultimately what is the purpose of advancement of knowledge through various methods. The methods are listed here. There are many methods of advancement of transcendental knowledge. One can perform austerities, one can study the Vedas, one can perform various sacrifices, or somebody may chant the Vedic hymns, or one may give in charity. Yajna, dana, tapa, swadhyaya, then chanting the hymns. So all this ultimately it ends in what? According to the Vedic scriptures, what does it end in? It ends in transcendental descriptions of the Supreme Lord. Everything is meant for transcendental description of the Supreme Lord. Every pious activity is ultimately meant for glorifying Krishna. Hari sarvatra giyate. This is what Srila Madhvacharya says. In all the scriptures, ultimately it is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Hari, who is glorified. So that's why Narada is telling Vyasadeva, you must describe in detail the transcendental activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport here, human intellect is developed for advancement of learning in art, science, philosophy, physics, chemistry, psychology, economics, politics, etc. So many subjects human beings have. They have developed that. Now, it is expected that by culture of such knowledge, the human society can attain perfection of life. That is the purpose. Now, this perfection of life itself, what is the perfection of life? It is self-realization. Now that therefore, the Shruti or the original Vedas directs those who are actually advanced in learning, they should aspire for service of Lord Vishnu, devotional service to Vishnu. Now, there are persons who are enamored by the external beauty of Vishnu Maya. the external energy of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. He has many energies, of which this material energy is very prominent in this material world. So those who are enamored by this material energy, they do not understand that perfection of self-realization depends on Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. That they do not understand. They do not know. Now, Vishnu Maya means sense enjoyment. The effect of Maya, the influence of Maya is such that one is inclined simply to try to enjoy sense gratification. Now, what is the nature of the sense gratification? Everywhere in the scriptures it is described. It is transient, means it is flickering, just for a very short time it is there. That enjoyment is there for a very short time. And also it is actually miserable. Now those who are in the trap of this Vishnu Maya, they utilize advancement of knowledge for sense enjoyment. And that is very, very prominent in the Kali Yuga. Everywhere you see people engaging in sense gratification in various ways, even those who are cultivating knowledge, even those who are cultivating spiritual knowledge, they desire a subtle type of sense gratification. Now already Narad Muni has explained that all this paraphernalia of the cosmic universe is an emanation of the Supreme Lord through his different energies. He has created this world, he maintains and he destroys. And the Lord has set in motion the actions and reactions of this material world by his inconceivable energy. So, in effect, ultimately, everything is non-different from the Lord because it is a manifestation of his own energy. At the same time, the Lord is always different from his energies. Therefore, only when advancement of knowledge is applied in devotional and service of the Supreme Lord, the whole process becomes absolute. Because the personality of Godhead is non-different from his name, his form, his qualities, his activities, his paraphernalia. He is non-different. So, all the sages and devotees of the Lord have therefore recommended that whatever be the subject matter of advancement of knowledge, whether it be art or science or philosophy or physics or chemistry or psychology, they should simply be applied in service of the Lord. How can they be applied in the service of the Lord? So, literature, poetry may be used in glorifying the Lord. The fiction writers and poets generally are writing some subject matter of sense gratification. But if they turn towards the service of the Lord, they can beautifully describe the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. For example, Valmiki Muni, he was a great poet, but he has composed Ramayana, the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead Lord Rama. And it is such a wonderful composition, but it is completely transcendental because it is glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead Rama. Vyasadeva is a great writer, but he has simply engaged all his talent in composing nice poetry, simply in glorifying the Supreme Lord in his various incarnations. So they have become immortal, Valmiki and Vyasa, simply by glorifying the Supreme Lord through poetry, Sanskrit poetry. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada says, science and philosophy also should be used in the service of the Lord. Simply, some people are busy presenting some dry speculative theories for sense gratification. That is useless. That cannot satisfy them, that cannot satisfy any of their readers. Ultimately, people become frustrated. So, Prabhupada is telling that philosophy and science should be engaged to establish the glory of the Supreme Lord. Because those who are advanced in intellect, they want to understand what is the ultimate reality through the medium of science or through the medium of philosophy. Therefore, a great scientist should endeavor to prove the existence of the Lord on a scientific basis. Similarly, philosophical speculation should be used to establish the supreme absolute truth as sentient, conscious person and all powerful, absolutely powerful. All branches of knowledge should always be engaged in the service of the Lord. Bhagavad Gita also confirms the same fact. Apply all knowledge in the service of the Lord. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvamiti vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyam. Jneyam, the object of knowledge, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The goal of all knowledge is to know the Supreme Person, Krishna. Like this, knowledge ultimately should be aimed at knowing Krishna, at realizing Krishna. Knowledge should be aimed at engaging in devotional service to Krishna. And Prabhupada further says, knowledge not engaged in service of the Lord is nescience. Nescience means darkness of ignorance. Therefore, the real import of this verse in the Bhagavatam is that advanced knowledge is simply meant for establishing the glories of the Supreme Lord. Now further, Prabhupada says, all such activities, including employing scientific knowledge in service of the Lord, is factual Hari Kirtana, or glorification of the Lord. This can be done by anybody in their own field. Whether somebody is a scientist or an artist or a philosopher or a teacher, anybody can utilize their talent, their learning, their advanced intelligence simply for glorifying the Supreme Lord. Even the creation, entire creation is nothing but the creation of the Supreme Lord. So therefore, the ultimate goal is Krishna only and nothing else or no one else. Therefore, this verse is stressing everything should be utilized for glorification of Krishna, especially knowledge. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.